my mantra is I drink, I die. Next, there is, if I have one drink, I'm not coming back. And if I look over to my left, we have a whole refrigerator full of beer, wine, liquor. It's just not for me.
It's like you latch on to something. Or I think it was Grant Cardone who, he was a junkie,
Yep.
and then he's obsessive compulsive by nature. So he just turned to sales, and then it was real estate and that he obsessed about. And he's scary how intense that guy is. But he took that addictive personality and turned it to his advantage and to the advantage of others. And it looks like that's what you're doing. You're taking this addictive or obsessive nature uh, and you using it for good.
Well, I hated Grant Cardone. I couldn't stand Grant Cardone's gut until I watched one of his interviews. I forget who it was with. It might have been with Ed Milet, I think. And he talked about the addiction and him being homeless. And then I was like, okay, I get it. I understand. So I went out and bought his book. I think it's called 10X. And one thing I took from that book is everything that happened in my life from that point on, from the minute I read that book, was everything is my fault. Whether I succeed or if I fail, it's all on me. I can't blame my mama, my daddy, my grandma, the military, the PTSD, the blindness. I can't blame anything on my now, because whatever happened, well, now it's my fault. It may not be my fault what happens to me, but how I react, that's 100% my fault. And I think that once you take 100% responsibility of your life and stop blaming others and blaming the past for your future, I think that's when you start to win.
You know, I think that's the epidemic today is the victimhood, right? We're always looking for a really good excuse for our own behaviors, our own decisions, our own actions, right? It wasn't me; it was the drink. Who put the drink in your hand? Who put it down your throat? Right? Well, I did, but it's because I have a history of drinking in my family. It was inevitable. It was just the path I was on. And we are once we realize that if we are in control of our own decisions, we have that power. We're driving in the we with our hands on the wheel, and we get to steer. That's when we realize how much power we have in our own lives. But unfortunately, there's not enough people out there that are really realizing that they have that power. And I think that's the epidemic.
Well, the thing is, if you want to know what you're going to be doing what your life is going to be like 5 years ago, I mean, 5 years from now, it's going to be what you're doing right this moment. That's going to dictate your future. Like, I can either be hanging out doing something dumb, or I could be hanging out with Aaron Hale on his amazing podcast. I can either go buy my wife flowers, I can go, treat her good, or I can treat her bad, and I'm going to be like the other 86% of the people of the population that are getting divorced. So whatever I do today, this moment, is what's going to dictate my 5 years from now.